Hello, hello. Come on in. Good morning. I was just sitting here while looking at my new Hirschner's catalog and drinking coffee, thinking how nice it would be to have some company. So good to see you. What are you working on? Hopefully you're crocheting and watching YouTube videos. It's one of my favorite things to do. I have a few things to share with you. In my last video, I shared with you that I was working on a poisoned apple pattern, and I'd like to show you some of the poison apples I've made. Let's see, we got kind of a glare on there. We got the poisoned apple. This is the one I was working on in the car. It's a Mardi Gras keychain for a very good friend's mom. I used DMC embroidery thread in gold. Got my purple skull and my deep green poison and stem. I used this binder clip so she could attach it to her keys. Oh, it was so difficult to pierce the back of this amigurumi with this huge binder clip. I knew for sure it was going to stretch out the stitches. I was a little nervous it might not work, but it works perfectly. It's very sturdy. So I finished that one. One of the first ones that I made, I did a classic, purple black with a brown stem. I love how the pattern has you make the stem strings extra long so that you can do like a little natural apple cross in the very bottom of them. Just kind of a nice little feature for well-rounded detail. Very nice. And then I made a basket for our coffee table in the living room. I started with the straight crochet rounds instead of the top domed piece. I filled it full of caramel suckers and little caramel bits. The cat, Tuna, absolutely loves to spread around the whole coffee table while we sleep at night. And then I made a very special apple for my niece Charlie. She's about a month old, and in October they're gonna get to go to Disneyland for Halloween. How special is that? So I made her a tiny little embroidery thread poison apple rattle. I made the pattern, and when I was stuffing it, I put in one of these gumball machine containers. I bought these off of Amazon. They have very, very secure tops, which we all know we've used our teeth to open these before. So I thought even pressing down on it, if it accidentally got stepped on, it would be pretty secure, especially in these tiny stitches. And inside the capsules, I found these little bells at Christmas time from Dollar Tree. Wow, I can't get that one open. So you put the little bell in there. And even with all the stuff and fluff that you put around it, it's still got a nice rattle to it. I made this long band so it can clip onto the stroller. And at the end of the long band, I have these clips, which I also found on Amazon. I think you get like 50 or 60 of them in a pack. And with all the babies in my life, this would totally work for a pacifier clip. Hooking just to a band so their bottles don't get thrown. Easy to find under the car seat. Nice little clips. So I did that one. Super excited to give that to her. Take on her first little road trip. And then I decided I was kind of done with the apples for a little while. Kind of appled out. Worked on quite a few of them. I did make a few more that were purchased and shipped off to their new homes. And then I decided that I wanted something creepy for our front window of our new house. We moved across the street from a middle school. And we get a lot of traffic. A lot of people park in front of the house to drop off and pick up at different times during the day. And so I started looking up scary movie amigurumi characters, Googling Ravelry, YouTube, and I decided it Ooh, Stephen King holds a special spot in my heart for creepy movies this time of year. When summer's just about over, it's still hot, fall's getting going, and I decided it. So I started Googling crochet it, amigurumi it, DIY it. Came up with tons of different images, and I decided gnome it. Decided he was extra special. I haven't glued him together yet. I'd like to take him apart for you and show you what he's made of. So I started with his hat. YouTube has tons of tutorials for witch hats, gnome hats, upside down ice cream cones. Very simple technique of slowly working your increases. Did a little left-handed crab stitch down there at the bottom to finish off the edge. I made his hair a separate piece because I don't know if I'm gonna have to add hair over the time. I used the wire brush to fluff out some orange yarn that I had. And wow, I ended up with like half as much as what I started with. A lot of hair falls out. Know how that feels, buddy. Know how that feels. So we gotta twisted these up after I tied them on there. And I made a little ruffled collar that I'm gonna put on the lid piece so that when you open him up, this piece is gonna be firmly attached to the lid. And then this will just be the bottom part of the canister. I attached his nose to the ruffle, just kind of stitched it on there nice and neat so that his hat comes down low when I glue it. Cute little look. And here is how I covered the base. I just made a flat rectangle, some detail work, and here's the Dollar Tree gift canister. Nice and simple. I was thinking, and I asked my husband about it, how I could make a spring to pack inside here so that I could origami a little paper boat. So when you open the canister, a little paper boat would spring out at you. My kids didn't like that idea at all. They said it was over the top, too creepy, too far, Mom, too far. So I'm gonna work on it anyway. And then I thought he looked great. Like I made some arms and some dangly legs like he was gonna sit off a shelf, and I started making the little origami clown, amigurumi clown feet, and it was too much. I just think this simple look really got my point across for the front window. But he needed something. He needed an accessory. So I looked up clown videos on YouTube. I looked up, I ended up finding this one on Google. I just put crochet balloon pattern. I hit images, scrolled down, and there was a series of images that were put into one picture of the very simple increase and decreases to make a balloon. So I made the balloon and I made it on this wire. I made the base extra wide so that I could glue it to his bottom. And inside the balloon is coiled. I put some stuff and fluff in there and smashed it out. Put the coil in and then packed some stuffing all the way around it. I don't like balloons. I've never liked balloons. You're so excited to get a balloon and you're so happy, and then you're just kind of sitting around waiting for it to pop and protecting it from popping. When it pops, you get that little jump, that little adrenaline. Oh, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. I don't mind this balloon. These are nice. Those are nice balloons. I can see myself using this pattern, this balloon pattern again for something else in the future, maybe decorate a birthday gift or something like that. So I definitely saved that image in my phone so that I can make it again. And then I have one more project to share with you. It's a special one. I have a 12-year-old daughter.